Well, hey there, I am Pops, and let's talk about everything, everywhere, all at once. Yes, after the Oscar buzz and all of that, I'm finally getting around. I got to put a review to video, right? See this film, and it is a very nuanced film, right? So obviously, this film is being praised to the hills. Everyone loves it. It has a lot of depth, a lot of metaphor, a lot of meaning, but this film is not for everyone. I kind of jokingly told someone, I said, imagine the Big Lebowski and the scene where he's high and he imagines himself like flying down the bowling alley. Like if that's your jam, this is more likely going to be your kind of film, right? Because this is all about performances. It is a multiverse film that totally gets insane and deals with characters that are jumping in and out, different versions of themselves, all centered around one main character. That you have truths and facts and value life lessons that are being revealed along the way, and then all come together at the end with this massive sort of like culmination of all of that. Really good. And of course, it's been nominated. All the main actors have been nominated for an Oscar. So Michelle Yeoh for Evelyn, Kiwi Khan for Wayman for Best Supporting Actor, both Jamie Lee Curtis and Stephanie Sue for Best Supporting Actress. Obviously, the Daniels for Best Director, the Best Picture, tons of other things, and it will definitely win some of those awards. Don't know how many, but I can tell you this: this is a film that's just there are so many layers to this film. I feel like watch it again, always picking things up. And it's more like, is this your type of credit to James Hong? James Hong he's a goat, man. The dude is amazing. From Big Trouble in Little China to right now, he's a special place in my heart forever and always, my friend. So the film gets very strange because it centers around Evelyn. And we'll go into spoilers, but I'm not going to do a super deep dive with a film like this because this is like a rabbit hole film. Like we could spend like hours talking about this film, because it is a very sort of like weird, nuanced, complicated film. But Evelyn is basically the woman that means everything, right? So Waymond, the husband, there's an alpha verse that he is from, and he comes to get her and recruit her because in their universe, which she's died in, she figured out how to jump into multiverses and do these different things. It comes up later in the film that she is the most pathetic loser version of Evelyn. Like she's made all of the worst choices. So therefore she has the most potential and can rise up to face this evil that is threatening not only to destroy the Alpha verse, but also the multiverse, right? In her world, she's a laundromat owner who's in the middle of an audit situation with tax debt, a lien against her business. Jamie Lee Curtis is the tax auditor. She has a daughter named Joy. There's conflict about her being a lesbian and bringing her gay lover to meet the dad, James Hong. They get ready to celebrate a New Year celebration. And of course, then this crazy multiverse universe journey just breaks out. And Alpha Wayman basically is teaching her along the way is like how to tap into it, how to basically go to a different multiverse, learn the skills of that multiverse and bring them back. So this version of Evelyn keeps getting more and more skilled. So for instance, in a certain world, she may have been pursued a career and been a successful singer. So therefore, she has a lot more trained abilities to hold her breath longer. In this ability, she is like a sushi chef, right? She's one of those chefs, and she can do all. So she has all these sort of hand-eye coordination skills. She's a martial arts expert. These kinds of things. So when she pings and jumps into different universes, some of these skills come back into play, and it helps her face this complicated story of this villain. And the villain, of course, is Jobu. I know I kind of laughed because I'm like, isn't Jobu like in Major League, a little statue, like, Jobu? Anyway, again, major spoilers ahead about Jobu. So Jobu is able to kind of the whole concept of being everywhere all at once, right? The ability to have total control, sort of a Matrix experience. We first interact with it. All of the roles have little physical moments of martial arts and definitely a lot of expectations on these incredible swings and changes in their physical performances, those kinds of things. And the universe jumping just kind of keeps going and going and going. You end up with like really crazy things. Like, well, one universe, they have hot dog hands. It comes out later. The beauty of the story is that all of the metaphors and the different things that are happening come together about your purpose, right? You have sort of like this crazy fight scenes and all these different things. And I feel like it's all about Jobu's basically like got the power of like the reality stone of Thanos. Like they can just do crazy things, like blood becomes ketchup because she wants it to be. And you have all of these little woke elements that are never derailing the overall story. So this is why a lot of the Hollywood people will like this film. Why it will get a lot of love, because they think of it. They're not as deep thinkers as the film is. Like I don't think they are. I think that you have the subplot in the Alphaverse too with the dad, James Haan's character, who is Gong Gong, and Gong Gong's almost like a warrior. So they have this subplot as well. So there's tons of subplots, tons of relationship things, tons of gags. There's a Ratatouille gag. There's all sorts of relationship gags. There's a divorce theme that's running in it. And as the story finally comes to a culmination, the reason the film works is because everything has a purpose. Everything has a point. And what Evelyn realizes is that Waymond is the perfect match. It's literally a metaphor of like the yin and the yang in the relationship. He approaches this universe and this hopelessness and this nihilistic view of everything. There's really no point to it all, right? That his approach is, well, no, I'm going to go into the world with what I can control, and I can put out positive things, kindness, love, random acts of kindness that show people that I care about them or bring them joy and happiness. So when that starts to happen and starts to unpack in this climax, you start to see it manifest not just in the laundromat universe, but also crossing over into other universes by design. Because at one point, when Jobu convinces Evelyn of this nihilistic perspective on things, they basically live in like the Rock universe. Again, it gets very strange. And then Evelyn goes to these other universes and she's just mean and cruel to people. Like she's just being evil to them. So she has to undo all of that, and it will open the door for growth, not just for that version of Evelyn, but also for those other characters she's impacted, including a universe where her and Waymond never came together. Like it just didn't work out. But through this moment, that even gets reconciled. So you have a universe where they want to get a divorce, a universe where they never came together, and the film ties it all together. Now, like I said, it's a little bit of a longer film. Everything is long now these days, right? It doesn't seem like we can short films anymore. But it's an enjoyable ride. It's a crazy ride. I feel like I'm watching something that's like LSD related or something. It's just so strange to me. But I can say that I had a good time and I enjoyed it. I don't know what your thoughts are. I've had love-hate responses from folks, which I totally get. I got to be honest. I totally get the love-hate of this film. It's not something that I will probably rewatch right away. I will probably watch right before the Oscars again as I gauge where it's at. And you've seen the commercials, you've seen the trailers, you've seen whatever. I would ask you to try to not digest too much, because I think there is an element of the first time experience with something like this, I think does make it enjoyable. So that's my take on it. I definitely get why it's Oscar worthy. I definitely get why people love it, but I also get why people hate it. So that's my take. Here's some Bob Ross to send you out. I am Pops. Thank you so much for watching.
All I do is chill. My life is a thrill, for real, Bob Ross. I be too calm for the drama. You don't wanna cause a problem, I'll solve it, Bob Ross.